I have always been one to appreciate education and science. I've always been one that believes that the younger generations need to be given as much as they can by the older generations, simply because they are the ones that we are leaving the earth to. They will inherit the earth for flaws and gains, and there is so much that this world can offer them. Unfortunately, there is also a lot of hate there. Hate in the sense of ignorance. Children in the UK are now being taught creationism as fact. This is the same as telling them in geography that the earth is flat, and if they end up getting sick that they have to use eels to drain their blood, and in sex education, if they even allow that, it is a simple case of you pray for a baby and the stork brings it. That's creationism logic. If you believe in one fairy tale, why not believe in the rest? If you believe in God and Jesus, why not believe in Allah and Muhammad? Why not believe in Anubis and Ra? Why not believe in Thor and the land of Yggdrasil? Why not believe in Poseidon, Zeus and Hercules? If you're going to believe one, why not believe the others? Honestly speaking, I think that Greek mythology is a lot more colourful, so why not believe that? It'd be more fun. Anyway, the article came up on The Guardian, again on my Facebook feed the other day, that Nessie is being used as evidence. For those of you that don't know the Scotland myth, there is a tourist attraction known as the Loch Ness Monster. Over the years, people have shown shoddy, shaken, blurry, dark, unlit photographs and said that they have seen a dinosaur in Loch Ness. It is the same as when someone has put on a costume, a big monkey costume, and walked strangely and had a friend of theirs film it in a dense forest and said it was a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. The same as a couple of drunken farmers putting a plank of wood with ropes on over their feet and then making circles and saying that aliens have landed. They are sometimes meant as tourist attractions, little ghost stories to make a boring area seem more interesting and get people over to see what it's about. Simple curiosity, it's human nature, it will get more people involved. Other times it can be a laugh, it can be just a made up story to have some fun and games. But it is all hogwash. It is nothing but lies. Whether it is meant in jest, such as the crop circles, if it's meant as entertainment, or just a laugh and to be funny, such as Nessie and Bigfoot, or if it's to make money, such as with these tourist attractions, or sending this videotape of the mythical creature that you spotted to someone who wants to pay money for it. The point is, it is all made up. There is evidence backing up that the people themselves that have taken the footage have said themselves that it's fake in some cases, yet people will still argue because the myth that they believe makes life a little bit easier for them to handle. There was a case where a couple of girls apparently found fairies at the bottom of their garden and had photographs of them. Every specialist at the time said that they were accurate and they were true and they were real, genuine, undoctored photographs. This was simply because they were expecting to get a photograph that had a fairy drawn on it. It turned out later on that someone actually looked at the photo rather than what was in the photo as opposed to the actual state of the photograph itself, and said that the fairy's wings are visible. If they were moving as fast as they had to, or there's some kind of magic or whatever, then they wouldn't just be sitting there unmoving. And if you look closely, you can also see a little bit of a difference in lighting from this side to that side, and as a result you can see that they're actually on strings, and the girl's holding her hand out like that, with hovering above on fish wire, and the girls admitted about 60 years later, yes, it was a hoax. Yet people still believe that fairies are real at the bottom of gardens because these photographs say so. The accelerated Christian education curriculum is used in more than 50 UK schools. It has received official backing by the government.
Where's Matthew?
I don't know.
Damn it! Matthew! I just got it from Alison, he's 37, I told you, didn't I? I said it to Lakeford. Oh my God.
These schools are teaching, not only teaching creationism as fact to impressionable children, but they are also using make-believe tourist attraction hoaxes as evidence. It's the same as saying, oh, I saw a guy punch an elephant to death once in one hit. Where's your evidence? Bill, my friend, told me. Okay, where is Bill? Oh, he's over in the house, but you can't see him because he doesn't like seeing people. And I've got a video that shows it. Yeah, that video, it shows him punching on one screen, then a bad cut, then an elephant falling over. Yeah, but it's got to be true because my friend Bill, who doesn't exist, said it. It's the same case. It's stupid. It's ignorance. And what is worse is these children, when they grow up and they start questioning different things, such as, if Santa Claus brings all our presents, why are they all in the storage room, or spare room, or attic, or loft, or basement, or whatever? How come you guys are buying presents like in the months leading up to Christmas? How come we don't have a chimney and he's still able to get in? How come this? How come that? But it's a question. It's a case of, yeah, we made up Father Christmas. It's just a story we tell children. It's just a fairy tale. And kids accept it. Same as the Tooth Fairy. Same as the Easter Bunny. Same as the Boogeyman. But no one tells them that the fables of the Bible are untrue. The fact that the story of Noah is absolute rubbish. No evidence whatsoever to support it. The story of Abraham, if that did occur as it did, then it's a simple case of him suffering schizophrenia and psychosis. This day and age we now recognise mental illness, and if someone said, God told me to kill my child, we would lock them up. Religion should never have any opportunity to mix with education. At least not until at least secondary education, or even into like university when you study religion as people study Norse mythology. Children should not be taught. It's the same as I believe Richard Dawkins said that he got people turn around and say that they have a Christian child or a Muslim child. It's the same as saying that you've got a liberal child or a democratic child. That child doesn't understand religion or politics. They don't understand law. It's the same if a 8-year-old commits a crime, it's the parents' fault, and the parents are responsible because a child in the UK alone, that as far as law is concerned, they are not criminally responsible for their own actions because they're not old enough to understand criminal responsibility yet. So why enforce religion on them? They're not old enough to make their own decisions. They're not old enough to know what's right and wrong. If you ask a child if Father Christmas is real, and they say yes. You ask if the Easter Bunny is real, and they say yes. You ask them what the moon is, what it's made of, how it stays in the air, and then you ask them about God and Jesus, or Allah, Muhammad, or stories of the Bible, Quran, or Torah. And you ask them where babies come from. They will invent their own stories to try to explain it. Doesn't make them right. They should be taught right. Me personally, I won't ever lie to my children in a way that could harm them. And I don't think children should be abused in this way where they are prevented in education and they are refused to reach their potential simply because it's disgusting. Children should be allowed to achieve. And teaching Christianity or Judaism, Hinduism or Islam in mainstream schools as fact is just diabolical. The fact that these religions state one thing or the other, and you can have many different people of the same religion. Islam, for example, you have some people that blow themselves up and strap bombs to their kids in the name of their God, and other Muslims that say that's disgusting, that it shouldn't be done. You have some say that the radicals are true Muslims, and those that live in Western countries that don't protest and spit on white British aren't Islamic and aren't Muslims and fake Muslims, as well as the people that are declared as Christian, that agree and accept evolution and science and moving forward, that don't necessarily support gay marriage but don't have anything against it. They're declared as unchristian by the more radical Christians, and so on and so forth. You get a group of one religion, a group of another religion, a group of another religion. Within those groups, there will be arguments, there will be perceptions and attitudes that don't coincide and agree 100%, which is why religion itself is such a dangerous force, because you can have a single statement that wearing a garment of clothing of two different materials is an abomination. People wear cotton and polyester blends all the time. You get farmers and those working in agriculture that plant different crops in the same field. That's also an abomination. Eating pork and shellfish, again, an abomination. Two men sleeping with each other as they would women, an abomination. People say the others are okay, but homosexuality is wrong. What if you read it literally? A man who sleeps with another man as a woman. If he doesn't sleep with any woman, is it still a problem? It's all about perception, and if these people are stating their perception, their twisted fantasies as facts, then no one's going to even able to understand. You can get children always say all their lives, God did it, God did it, God did it. Then why did you just do that? God did it. They will have no understanding of morality. They'll have no understanding of responsibility. And the fact that these people are preaching hatred as well as fact, and saying that you can't, like black people, black skin is a punishment from God, where he burnt the skin of those who sinned. Homosexuals are an abomination. It means that people will always treat other people differently and wrongfully, simply because an ancient tome says one thing, it's interpreted or misinterpreted as another thing, and then it's taught as inarguable facts. That is why religion should never be in schools.